Hey everyone, it's Heather from My Mini Front Porch. And this video today is specifically for customers who have purchased the STL bundle to print their lower kitchen cabinets. I've been asked many times where I got my kitchen cabinets, and the answer is I printed them. So I decided to put together a bundle so that other people can print kitchen cabinets as well. I'm going to just start with a basic overview today, and when you make your purchase, you will receive a zip file in your download. You need to extract all of those files and put them somewhere that you can find them. The first thing you're going to want to take a look at is the cabinet index, which is a PDF, and that's going to give you an overview of each of the cabinets and how I've named them in the files and which pieces you're going to need to print in order to build what you see in these examples. So if you want to print just this cabinet right here, you can do that with just these parts, put them in your slicer, and prepare your G-code, and you'll be ready to go. Another thing you can do with your cabinets is connect them to one another in Tinkercad. If you're not familiar with Tinkercad, go to tinkercad.com and set up an account. If you're familiar with Tinkercad, then that's the place to start here. I do have some videos here on my channel that will give you an overview of how to use Tinkercad. So if I'm brand new to Tinkercad, that's where I would start. In any case, let's get started here. Cabinets line up very nicely when you print them all in a row like this. You can see from my picture that I've combined some of them, and actually along this wall where my sink is, I printed a number of cabinets as all one piece, and that's what I want to show you how to do today. I'm going to delete this one right here, and I'm going to show you how I made that. What you're going to want to do is come up to Import, get into your cabinet files. Here are all of mine. And when you were looking at your index, you know that the sink 76mm cabinet, that's where I'm going to start, and I'm going to grab the sink cabinet and push them and then import. Now, it looks like some of my cabinets, when I exported them to STL for all of you, are oriented in a number of ways. This one's laying on its back, so I'm going to stand it upright for a better visual effect as we build these. And now it seems to be underground a little, so let's get it back up where it belongs. Okay, now what we want to do next is decide what we're going to put on either side of it. So looking at our index, we can choose those. And these cabinets are set up to mimic 12-inch cabinet, a 15-inch cabinet, and so forth. You just need to figure out how many millimeters of space you're using. So I'm going to grab, I think I want to put some drawers on one side. So I'm going to grab the 25mm cabinet A. I'm going up here to Import. I'm in my way back to the 25mm cabinet. I'm going to hit cabinet A. There it is. Then on this side, let's do one that's a drawer, a cabinet door under here. Remember, all of them are actually drawers. It simplifies. You can print the pieces and you don't have to try to figure out hinges or magnets. So you'll get the aesthetics of a cabinet door, the function of a drawer. And let's do, so that's going to be cabinet B. And then we just need to decide what size we want. And I'm just going to pick randomly 38mm. Let's go into Import. Find our way into the 38mm cabinet. Grab cabinet B. Okay, and again, they're not oriented the same way, so I'm just it. Okay. Now, we want them to be exactly lined up in the front and back and perfectly beside one another. And the way to do that is to select two objects, use the align feature. Now they're perfectly aligned in the front, and I'm actually going to push them together in this corner. This cabinet is 25.5 millimeters. What I want to do is come down here to snap grid, and I'm going to pick 5 millimeters. And using the arrow keys on my keyboard, I am going to move this cabinet 25.5 millimeters to the right. Now that I'm at 5 millimeters, I'm going to press my right arrow key, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I'm going to change the snap grid to 0.5 millimeter. Hit that right arrow key one more time. Now they are perfectly next to each other. I'm going to select both objects and click Group. Now they are all one piece that I can print on the printer. And I still want to print the drawers and the shaker fronts for the 25 millimeter cabinet A, and the drawer and the front for the sink cabinet, and they will fit perfectly in there just as they would have had they been separate. Let's get this one on the other side. So selecting them both, using align, because this one is 38 millimeters. Now we're going to move this big cabinet 38 millimeters to the left using my arrow keys on my keyboard. So I'm going to go back down to snap grid and pick 5 millimeters, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and we need to go 3 more. 1 millimeter, left arrow key, 1, 2, 3. Selecting them both, and I'm choosing group. Now I have one whole cabinet that I can export. Okay, and I'm choosing STL. You see it's going to send it to my downloads folder. And then you can find it there and open it in your slicer and prepare it to print. You can do the same thing if you want to print kitchen countertops. And you can do that. Import them from files here. So I'm looking for the 38 millimeter countertop. Now it is turned the wrong way, the same way this cabinet was. So I'm going to rotate it. Now you can go back in and open the countertop for the 25 millimeter cabinet, or we can copy the 38 millimeter countertop and change the size, 25.5. Now we have a countertop for this one and for this one. And to save everybody from drawing, we're going to go get a countertop that already has the hole cut in it for the sink. Put it import and find our way back to the 76 millimeter cabinet and the one for the sink counter. We are going to do exactly the same thing that we just did here. Finding everything, moving them over. 10, 15, 20, 25, and a half. Selecting them both and grouping. Okay, and now let's do that with these. Aligning, moving 38. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 3 more. 3. Got some exciting colors going on here. And now you can do the same with this. Hit export. Put it in your slicer and prepare it to print. If you want to see what it would look like sitting on top of there. These are 72.2 millimeters high. Let's make this one 72.2 millimeters high. Let's use our align feature to get a good look at it. I aligned it with the back because there's a little bit of overhang on the front. And then you can also go back into your sink, into your folder with sinks. You can choose whether you want a smooth front, a panel front, a ribbed front, whether you want a double sink or a single sink. So let's try a smooth front double sink. And this you would put on your printer and print separately. Oh, there it is. Oh man, they really are picking some great colors. I actually don't remember what the height of this is, so I'm just gonna guess. But you would print your sink separately on the printer, and then the piece will slide in here underneath the countertop, just like this. Right in there. Just gonna do a kitchen in these colors. That's pretty wild. Okay, hopefully this was helpful. In a later video, I'm going to talk about using the corner and setting up your countertop for that. And I'm also going to talk about the spacer, because maybe you're trying to fit a kitchen between two walls and you have a little bit of space that you're going to want to fill in with a cabinet. So you can come back and check for those videos. If you do make a custom kitchen using these STL files and you share it on social media, I would love to see it. I'm on Instagram at My Mini Front Porch. Thanks so much for your support and for watching.